All right, and welcome to another episode of Stay Tuned with Troy and Howie. And we have a couple special guests here on board at Stay Tuned. First time guests, by the way, and they're even bringing the mood lighting along with the podcast. So welcome to the show. And it's the band Greye, and that's spelled Greye. And we got Hannah, lead singer, along with Jet, who plays the guitar. So welcome aboard, guys.
Aw, thank you guys so much for having us. Yes. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you for joining us very much. We appreciate it. And it's cool to get to talk to people from different parts of the world and hear their stories and how this all came about. So the first one that I'm going to ask is, how did we come up with this name?
Don't point at me. It was your idea.
Yeah, it was funny. It was actually the name of the first song that we wrote together. So we had played a couple things, and then we were trying to figure out a band name, and we wanted something simple, a single syllable, something powerful, something cool. And then it was our drummer Ray and Hannah. And Karen too, right? And they were like, "Why don't we just call the name of the band Greye?"
Okay.
And we were like, it was kind of like Bad Company's Bad Company,
right?
Yeah.
And we were like, "Oh, hey, that's a pretty cool idea."
Oh, nice. And
So
Karen's
why
your
the E on the
manager,
end?
right?
What does that signify?
It just kind of separates. It makes it a little more unique. I think we all thought it looked cooler for sure, and in a cosmic irony kind of way, our last name is Wolf with an extra E at the end of it.
Nice.
So now it's kind of like, oh, that looked like it was planned, but it's not planned at all.
It certainly makes it easier to find on social medias and stuff if you're searching for Greye spelled,
Right.
the way the color is spelled.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, a lot of other things are probably going to come up, so I'm sure that helped you in this instance.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And how long have you guys been a band?
Almost 14 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's
So-
impressive. And
so-
are you
so
from
Hannah,
all from the
you're
same
saying-
area?
I was gonna say, Hannah, you're kind of saying it with almost 14 years. I mean,
No, I'm saying it like that because I can't believe that I'm saying it.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane that it has been that long.
Okay.
We've been doing this for basically half of my life. So,
Wow.
but it's been a great 14 years. Quite the journey.
Good. I'm sorry, Troy, I stepped on you there, but
That's okay. I was just asking if they all kind of came from the same area there, or did you kind of have auditions, or did you know each other growing up? How did that all happen?
Well, we didn't grow up together. Well, we kind of have now.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
Jet and I were in the same guitar class my sophomore year of high school, and one of the assignments for that class was to write an original song, and we got just kind of slotted into the same group together. I basically forced myself to be in the group with and a couple of other kids that were in the class, and a lot of other people were just kind of stringing very basic stuff together, no lyrics or anything. They were just kind of doing very simple stuff.
Sure.
We thought, well, let's actually write a song, like a real song with words and parts and all that.
Yeah.
And so we did. And Jet knew our founding bass player, Joshua Reed, at the time, invited him to come play bass with us. And then there was a battle of the bands at our high school, and we played our first song, Greye, at that battle of the bands. And Ray, our drummer, happened to be in the audience that night and saw us. We didn't win. We made second, but he saw us and he knew Josh. I know, right? He knew
got a
Josh.
funny story for that. Go ahead.
Oh, God. So he knew Josh, and he reached out to Josh and said, hey, have you guys ever thought about playing with a drummer? And we said, well, let's give it a shot. And Ray's owned a studio for most of his life and had a studio down here in Florida. So he invited us over, and kind of the rest is history. We've been playing together ever since.
Okay.
That's awesome. In 14 years. I mean, and for the most part, pretty much the same core.
Pretty much. Yeah. We've gone through a few bass players, but all peaceful partings, and it happens.
Exactly.
It happens.
Yeah. I mean, people get, this is too much. This is more than I expected, or I want to have a family, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that happen, for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot.
My funny thing was, before we were live here. I was telling you about my favorite band live, and they were in a battle of the bands as well, and they placed
Yeah.
second. And
Oh,
the name of the band they placed second to was a band called Hide Your Daughters. And yeah, have you heard of them? Nope. So maybe being
that's
second there isn't a bad thing for you guys.
maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just gonna say that myself, Troy.
Yeah.
When she was sharing that story, is like, man,
Yeah.
this is sounding because we actually interviewed Chad Gracie, the drummer for Live, and they're from our area as well
Yeah.
here in Central
Mhm.
Pennsylvania.
Very
So
cool.
yeah, and really cool guy to talk to, and but yeah, I mean, it's very similar story to what
Yeah,
you
for
guys
sure.
are sharing. So I'm hoping you have the same success as they have had.
Thanks. We're
Yeah.
trying.
So
So
are you?
you guys kind of I think I was reading this one. Oh yeah, here it is. Southern Rock, the New Era. Kind
Yeah.
of explain your vibe. How do you explain? I mean, Southern Rock, the New Era. I kind of I think of Skinner. I think the Allman Brothers Band, stuff like that. When you say the New Era, is it still similar sounding to those types of things, or is there something totally different that makes it the New Era?
Yes and no. I think, and I don't mean this in a disparaging way. I think for
Hmm.
a while there, like for the first maybe decade of Grey, we were like the identity crisis band that we had so many different influences. We were very young and learning so much, and we just kind of like we were industrial folk when we started. I don't even
Oh,
know really I
wow,
don't even really know what that is, but we were that.
wow.
Um and it sort of just evolved over time as our influences changed and as we learned more and absorbed more and were in the local scene and traveling more into this rock outfit that it is
Mhm.
today. And we still sort of at that point that it was becoming a little heavier and a little more solid, we were like we still don't really know like what we are, and we kind
Yeah.
of just figured, well, we're just a good rock band based in the South.
Mhm.
There's definitely some Southern rock influences. You play a lot of or a fair bit of slide guitar. um and certainly there's a lot of influence just from, like you said, Skinnerd and maybe the Allman Brothers, and just sort of that
Hmm.
whole family of artists in the back. So we're trying to sort of honor the legacy of what that means, but
Mhm.
also drive it forward into the new era, if that makes sense.
For sure,
Yeah.
absolutely, it does. I think when you do something like that, you either if you're the same, I don't think you get noticed too much, right? So you either got to be better than or different than, right? And
Very true.
it's tough to be better than somebody like Skinner. You know what I mean? So you got to
Yeah.
kind of tweak it a little bit and make it your own, and that seems to be what you're doing there. So
Mhm.
kudos to you guys on that.
And you guys
Thanks.
are doing something right because was it just this past year
Mhm.
that you won Best Southern Rock Band for the
Yeah,
Josie Music Awards?
We did. We
yeah,
That was
did. It was so.
awesome.
congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank
very
you.
congrats. And so what was that like, and how did you guys get nominated and all that good stuff?
Well, our lovely manager Karen, she sent in the nomination, and we just just kind of threw it in there. We didn't
Sure.
fully not expecting to win anything, right? Of course not.
Yeah.
And then we found out that we were nominated, and we were like, when is that ever going to happen again? We have to go to the show and see
Sure.
what it's all about, because we'd sort of heard we'd heard a lot about the Josies. I don't know if you're familiar with Jasmine Kane.
I don't know.
Um, she's a really one of the larger touring artists. She comes down to our area all the time. She
Hmm.
plays a lot of the bigger bike events in Sturgis and all
Oh,
the
okay.
Oh
all the
wow.
sort of like big
Yeah, yeah,
events.
sure.
And she had won a couple of times, so we'd heard about it from there. And we were like, okay, well, we have to go to the show. So we went to the show, and we sat there at the Grand Ole Opry, in this
Yeah.
historic building with all of these incredibly talented people.
Hmm.
And then our name got called that we had won, and it
Wow.
was it was absolutely surreal, absolutely completely surreal. And we
Yeah.
got to stand on the stage,
Oh,
and it was
wow.
it was ridiculous.
And you had your speech all prepared, right?
Well, I know. I sort of took a tumble on the way down.
I
We were
heard. I saw
up in
that
front.
Oh
somebody
no.
mentioned that.
Yeah, yeah. So we were up in the balcony, and I fell down some stairs on the way to get there, but we made
Oh,
it, and I think the speech was kind of okay. We thanked who we needed to thank, and it was just awesome. It was a great
Yeah.
experience.
So when you got out of the hospital, did you get to see the trophy that you received?
Yeah, I did. I did. After, the concussion kind of healed. Yeah.
Oh man.
We're joined by Hannah and Jet from the band Greye. That's Greye. You can go to greymusic.com, Greye music.com. And you have some new singles that are going to be coming out here Friday, May 22nd. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we have two new ones on the way. The first is called Love the Bomb, kind of a very driving, more on the side of hard rock, but still with those Southern rock elements in there. And the second is called Stranded. Very cool, a little progressive, very melodic, lots of very cool guitar work in there, Jet.
Thank you.
Oh,
I did a thing.
She's really stroking your ego there.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you have anything to say about the new music?
Yeah. I guess the goal with any music or any artist is to, whatever you're doing currently, you should feel the most confident. It should be this. This should be the best work yet. Absolutely.
Yep.
And I agree. I think these two songs are the best of work that we've done. We took every lesson that we've had, every learned lesson in production, approach, things. Always looking at like song duration, song lengths, parts, dynamics, things like that. And I think these are two of our most potent, our most powerful songs that we've ever wrote.
Okay.
Especially Love the Bomb. It's got this really, really tight, almost metal-like syncopation in the verses. But it's still got that rock solid, hard rock, Southern rock groove. It dips a little bit into that progressive rock influence that we all really like. But it doesn't go so far that it loses anybody. It stays interesting.
Sure.
And it's kind of like you were saying, is presenting something that is genuine, that people are still familiar with, but then adding that little twist on it.
Right.
And we definitely were able to accomplish that, I believe, in Love the Bomb. It's just slightly a little more complicated, but when your ears hear it and you feel it, it makes total sense. And as far as Stranded goes, I think Stranded is just as good for other reasons. It's like it feels like the first kind of rock epic song. It feels like it has movements. Every part is very intentional, and it has what I think is the best pacing and almost a very circular storytelling where like audio cues will come in the front and they'll come in the back. So it's really easy to hit rewind. It's really easy to hit, to listen to the track again. So I feel like they're the best writing we've done musically, lyrically. I think it's the best complete package so far.
So I always think too, like as an independent artist, like you guys have been together for 14 years. What is your ultimate goal? I mean, do you want a recording label to one day notice you guys and say, "Hey, let's sign with me, and we'll take you places," blah blah blah, and I've heard a mixed batch of things when it comes to this. Or are you looking for, I don't know, just to continue doing your thing and doing it great like you guys have been doing?
It's hard to say because I don't know if that sort of opportunity were to come along, what we would do. I do think that the days of hoping, praying for a big record deal are maybe a little over. With the advent of the internet, everybody can sort of do it themselves, and I think at this point, 14 years later, we are surrounded by such a good group of people. We have a fantastic manager, we have a fantastic PR person, and a great solid band unit and wonderful connections, and it all feels very genuine now. We would love to continue that same genuineness and authenticity on a bigger level. Like I don't think we ever want to sacrifice the authenticity of what we're doing for like massive commercial success. I think we really want to just remain as true. Not to say that we don't want to be successful. We certainly want to be successful.
Of course.
But if we can do it in a way that remains humble and
Hmm.
honors, all the hard work that we've put in, I think
True to
that's
yourself.
Yeah.
yeah.
And let's
Right.
face it, and something that's going to pay the bills, you
Yeah,
want to
for
do
sure.
what you love and be able to support yourself along the way, no matter
Yeah,
what that leads, I guess.
absolutely. Sorry, we have 3 dogs and we're dog sitting, so they're going a little nuts right now if you can
That's
hear
okay.
it.
That's okay. We get it. We are both dog owners as well, so no
Yeah.
problem.
Nice. What do you have at home? I must know.
I have. Oh, you just heard him.
Oh,
He's a lab pit mix.
oh,
I can get him.
oh,
Oh yeah, look at that.
Um, where'd you go? There he is.
hello. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love.
and
And
Oh,
and Howie has
I,
silver lab.
yeah, I have a silver lab. So
beautiful.
she's 6 years old and still acts like a puppy.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. We have 2 corgis and a Chihuahua Dachshund mix, and then we're watching Jet's mom's Chihuahua Dachshund mix. So it's a
Okay.
full house right now. It's a full
Oh
house.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
I
lot
would
of
say
fun.
so.
I wanted to jump back real quick to touch on the singles that are coming out, just because
Yeah.
we kind of jumped over there. If you go to Greye Music on any of the socials, Greye, Greye Music, look them up, find them up, and you can pre-save. You can find the links to pre-save those. I'm assuming everywhere, right? I'm assuming
Yes.
all the streaming music platforms.
Yep.
So yeah. You know, a funny thing that I heard about this, and it always kind of cracks me up, because I think a lot of the reason we're in the position we're in with music right now is we 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 have to stream music. You can't go out and really buy the albums anymore. Nobody really does that anymore. Everybody streams the music,
Yeah.
and the reason for that a lot of times was like Napster and stuff like that. That's the real reason
Mhm.
this came about. Like, and now from what I've heard, if you stream the music through Napster, they actually give you the highest percentage back to the artist.
Oh my God, how
Right.
crazy is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, we learned that. Who did we learn that from? We interviewed somebody that was saying that, and it's like they actually
Yeah, I don't
make
remember
more
who that
money.
was, but yeah, I just thought that was an interesting fact. I'm like, they're the ones that screwed this whole things up, and now
Yeah. Oh my
the
Yeah.
price
gosh.
they pay is they give the most back now.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
well, how nice of them.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But another funny thing that reminds me of is we had a band by the name of Sink In, and I kind of almost associate the music and the the music is almost a platform to get people to your shows, because I feel
Mhm.
like the biggest money makers at this point anymore are your shows and your merchandise. It's not
Yeah.
really the music anymore.
No.
It's the music is almost a commercial to get people to come and support you, right? And
It is.
it's so different from what it used to be, because before it was like the albums brought in a good bit of money, and you were going out to support people to buy the albums. Now it's
Mhm.
totally opposite. It's a really weird dynamic how that changed. What are your thoughts or opinions on that in general?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. It is a little sad because I do remember, like, I was at sort of the very tail end of, um, actually purchasing like hard copies of music, and I do
Mhm.
like there's a part in my heart that
Mm-hmm.
still longs for that because it's
Yeah,
so special.
yeah.
Not
Something
that
about holding like those liner notes and stuff,
yeah,
right? Yeah, like
100%. And it can be very impersonal now.
mhm.
I think that some of the streaming platforms are doing something about like diving into behind the scenes of the song, like if you
Sure.
scroll all the way down you can see, but that's still, it's all digital.
Yeah.
But I mean, even as far as like what we've done for the last, I don't know, several records, is we give our physical copies of CDs away for free a lot of the time.
Do you
Oh wow.
really?
And it's sort of a little sneaky strategy because you're hard pressed to sell a physical copy of a CD to someone anymore for the reasons that we mentioned.
Hmm.
But if you give them away for free, they're probably going to tip you for it. And
Ah.
it's like the world's most annoying business card to
Mhm.
force them to look it up on streaming services.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
even if they don't have a CD player, they'll carry it around and go, God, I have to look these guys up. And then they do. So
Mm.
It's kind of funny.
There
It's
you
almost like
go.
the modern day what coaster maybe.
Yeah, I was
yeah.
just gonna
I
say.
remember back in the day when people got the towers and they put the disk drive first came out, and you push the button and like, look at this, it came with a cup holder. This is amazing. It's the same type of thing with CDs now, and it is really sad though. because I probably have over 700 CDs, and like it feels like, I haven't touched them in forever. And
Well, Troy, you
I
worked
kind of hate
for
it.
a music store, back in
I
the
did.
day. So,
I did
you were the last of the dying breed when it
for
comes
sure.
to buying albums and whatnot. So,
Yep. Yep. Monday nights. I loved, because I always wanted to work Monday nights because the albums always got released on Tuesday mornings. So when we worked Monday
Oh,
nights, we were stocking and we got to listen to all the albums like the night before they came out. You know what I mean? So yeah, I always
oh,
loved. Yeah,
that's
that was great.
so cool. I love
yeah,
Yep.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun.
yeah.
Um, Talking to Hannah and Jet from the band Greye, Greye. Again, thank you guys for joining us here. Let's talk about some of the touring and stuff you have going on. I do see, was it Saturday, June 20th? You're going to be in West Virginia. Is that a part of the world you've hit before?
I don't think so. We've
Nice.
done in the past, like pre-COVID, we did several tours of sort of the East Coast, the Northeast,
Hmm.
all the way up into like the Adirondacks in New York, the tippy top of New York.
Hmm.
But I don't think we've ever done West Virginia. And it's the Coal Festival, and we have the
Mm.
extreme honor of opening up for Colt Ford, which we're so excited
Oh,
about.
I do see that. That's amazing. Yeah,
So it's fixing to be a good time.
Oh, I
for
would
sure.
say so. And you guys look like a pretty big deal too. You have your own tour bus and everything. So what's that all about?
Well, you want to tell them about
Yeah.
I feel like I'm
There's
sucking all
got
the
there's
air.
got to be a
I'm
fun
sorry.
bus story in here. There has to be.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, there's a
Oh,
couple
there are
of them.
several.
There's a couple of them. Yeah, and it's kind of like what we were talking about earlier, is that there's not really going to be somebody who will see you and save you and take you on this journey. You've got to make it yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
At least a part of it. Obviously, there are all wonderful people we've met along the way, and I'm sure more wonderful people that are on the path that we're going to be taking, and we'll work with all of those people. In the beginning, it was pretty much us. Just like anything, like any business, any organization, any community. And one of the decisions that we had to make is that we were really sacrificing, we were really dedicated to this, which we are, which we always have been.
Mhm.
How cool would it be to have a bus?
Oh,
And yes,
Mm.
absolutely. And it's a logistics operation. I mean, the thousands, tens of thousands of dollars we've saved on hotel rooms,
Mm.
and fuel and multiple vehicles. And again, yeah, the camaraderie of being together on the bus and
Mhm.
Yeah.
being a team on there, because it's like any organization, it's like any team, it's like a football team. I mean, you travel together, you live together, you win together,
Yep.
Mm.
and we're of the same mindset. So that and the interesting thing, that's actually the second. That's the second coach that we've had. We've had an MCI coach that was a retired New York Transit
Oh
Oh.
bus,
wow.
and our drummer with his neighbor flew all the way up there and drove it back, and
that was
and
harrowing
and learned
drive.
how to drive it back and drove it all the way down, and just working on the bus is an adventure,
Sure.
because like we were saying, you've got to really do everything. You've got to do everything. We've got to be able to make sure that the water lines are good. You got to make sure that you can know how to hook the electrical lines, because nobody's going to come in and do it for us.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And fortunately, our drummer Ray has an incredible amount of life experience, which he's always shared with us. And and the things one of the best qualities that we've been told that we have is that we are like sponges.
Ah,
So we're always trying to learn as much as we can, whether it's about music
Mhm.
or, again, like, okay, where does this water line feed up into the restroom, because there's water on the floor. We got to fix that. It comes down to, how much do you want it? How much do you want to win? Are you willing to do
yep.
everything that you can? And the bus, not only is it the only logistical choice that makes sense, it's another, it's another,
It's another tool in the arsenal, really.
well,
Yeah.
it's another, I guess, idea. It's another concept that we're going to learn everything that we need to do, or learn everything we need to learn, do everything we need to do, including, getting a CDL to drive the bus and all those things. It's really feeds back into why the band is such a team and why I believe that we're so successful is because it doesn't matter what it is, whether learning how to drive the bus or throwing a trailer on there, we're all able to do that.
Yeah.
Except for me.
Except for you.
Yeah, don't do that.
Except for you. As I say it, I'm like, you would know.
Not me.
How many does it sleep?
So it has modular bunks. Part of the cabin is broken up, and it can do
9.
I think it can do in the bunks up to 12 in the bunks, but it also has a lounge in the back and a lounge in the front, which people have. It's got a privacy door, so you can close the door. And we've had people stay on the bus who are family and friends.
Yeah.
So pretty comfortably, I would say probably around 12 to 14 people.
That's
Very
impressive.
comfortable.
Nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. And if Ray was here, the thing he would tell you that's the most important about the bus is that there is no better sleep.
Yeah.
It's like being in a submarine. You lay down in your bunk and you pull the blackout curtain and you're just like, it's lights out right away.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah, and especially when somebody's driving, you get like a slight, a slight sway that is kind of,
Like a
it's like being in the
rock-a-bye
water.
baby. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Being rocked to sleep like a lullaby or something. Hey,
Yep.
That's
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a nice bus though. It looks great.
it is.
Yes, thank you.
Whose idea was it?
Let's see. Originally, it was Ray and Karen's idea, and then they presented it to us, and we were like, "Well, yeah, of course. Like, that would be incredible. Why not?"
Yeah.
And then again, we had an MCI before that, so that's a Prevost. We have an MCI before that, and a lot of the fun was we went in and we took out all the seats, and then we refurnished everything, and then we laid tile, and we put in. For that one, we had put in bunks and a kitchen area, like a typical coach.
Sure.
This one, we didn't have to do any of that to the interior, nothing. It was already a superior coach. It was completely
get
finished.
Exhibit to pimp that thing.
What's that?
I said, I wonder if we can get Exhibit to pimp that thing.
Yeah, he can put monitors on the mud flaps so the flies can watch it as they hit the mud flaps. That's one of my favorite things on that show.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's
That's Hannah Jett from the band Greye. That's Greye. Do you guys ever get annoyed by saying that at this point? That you have to spell it that way. Like, is that gonna annoy you guys? No.
Nah.
I think we want people to go to the right website so badly. I think we're okay with
Yeah.
it.
I'll
For
spell
sure. Yeah.
I'll spell it all day long.
Yeah. But I think you probably do find that you have to spell it a lot, right? I mean,
Oh, yes.
yeah. I mean, because I'm like,
Or
what's up?
point
And I don't find you.
Yeah, no.
Right.
If we're somewhere, I'm pointing to it because it's fun like that.
There you go. Yep.
There you go. So I was the way we were able to be introduced to you folks was through Karen officially, but I think, is it your promoter? Is it Barry?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
so Barry introduced me to Karen, and Karen then introduced me to you folks to come onto the show and everything. And I'll tell you what, Karen, and you said she was your manager from day one?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
And how did you guys meet her?
She is she's married to our drummer, but don't tell her.
Oh, okay.
So he's always going to have a space in the band, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
If he plays the right parts,
Yeah.
if he does the right things,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's the kind of guy that he would always he would call himself out before anybody would call him out.
Gotcha.
He
Yeah.
owned it. Yeah.
Yeah, but Karen
Most
is
drummers are very hard on themselves usually.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You hearing that, Chad?
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
So, we're I don't know what I was going to say to you. Oh my gosh, I just lost my track of mind. Howie.
Yeah.
Save me.
Well, I
Same.
mean, it's all good, Troy. I mean, we all get to that age,
I know, you're right.
eventually,
Oh.
and yeah, and we start to lose
Trying
it.
to
But
trigger.
yeah, I always like to ask this question to folks like in your position and everything. And when it comes to getting your name out there and getting that exposure, have you guys ever either thought about or have even tried out for the American Idol type of shows that are out there? Shaking your head no. I'll tell you what, though, Hannah, you got an amazing, strong voice.
Thank you.
I would honestly think that you would get some heads to turn. And Jet, man, I've been watching some videos of you playing some guitar. You're as good as anybody out there, in my opinion, when I see it. And not just playing the guitar, but also the showmanship on the stage for both of you is
Aw.
amazing. And
Yes,
so
thank you.
yeah, no problem. I mean, I would love to see you guys play live. It just seems like you guys really put on a really nice show and entertain the audience. So yeah, I mean, it kind of so you shook your head no, as in yeah, I'm never gonna do that or don't want to do that. But why is that?
Well, I think well, I don't remember if it's Idol or AGT, but I've definitely aged out of one of them now. Um,
Okay.
but also there used to be a thing, and I don't know if it is anymore. But I believe that there used to be a thing where if you auditioned and you made it into like any sort of real level on the show, that you
Mm,
had to basically like sign away the rights to any original material that you had.
sure.
And I never felt comfortable with that. Again, I have no idea if
Yeah.
that's the case anymore. That's just what I understood like growing up to
Hmm.
be the
Uh-huh.
case. And now, we have 7 albums with 8 on the way. So that was not me mentioning that I'm pregnant. We're pregnant with a musical baby. Let me just clarify that. Um,
That's like what?
distinctions.
I am not a cat.
Oh my god.
He's
Um,
he's like, what is she about to say
Oh,
here?
no. It's very important. He's leaving.
We didn't even tell our parents yet.
He's leaving. Oh no. See, this is why we need Ray or Karen here on the interviews to keep us in line.
Yes.
So like that was always something I was very protective of, right? We didn't want to just like sign away all the work that we've done. But
Yeah.
also I don't know. I don't envision success for us happening in that way.
Okay.
I don't at this point have any interest in like going off on my own. I can't speak for you, but as a solo artist or anything, I can't imagine doing this without this group of people.
Sure,
Mhm.
that makes
Um,
sense.
it just I can't envision it
But
Yeah.
if you kind of
happening
look
like
back,
that.
if you look back at like somebody like Daughtry, he kind of did that as well, though. Like he went on the show, and
That's true.
I think he did have to tour with them for like a year, but then as soon as that was over, he got his band right back together, and out they went. And that's what I mean.
Yeah,
And he
that's
got
true.
his name out there by doing that. They probably even changed the name of the band because of that. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Now, as I was trying to remember what I was going to ask you guys, it finally came to me, and I was looking through to try to trigger my memory. And I noticed your album cover from So Far So Good. You were talking about Bad Company earlier. That's like a dead copy of that Bad Company album. I love it. It looks great. But what I was going to ask you guys was kind of where the musical gene kind of started for you guys. When did you guys get the bug? How early was it?
Let's see. I think personally for me, I started to want to play guitar in like 2003. I think that's about the time I wanted to play. My dad played guitar a lot and still does, and he's in a great band called Citizen Wolf.
Mhm.
And I was always kind of exposed to music in general, as anybody is. But when I was exposed to him playing, and I thought,
Sure.
well, I want to learn something. So I started to pick up a guitar, and then I played it pretty casually. But I think I only really have seriously played the guitar for the last maybe like 14 years seriously, when I started to consider it a craft.
Mhm.
When it became less of a hobby, more of a craft.
So
And
about the time you guys formed.
Yeah.
yeah, just pretty much right before that. I at the time I was heavily influenced by some more harder rock bands.
That's
Like,
exactly what my next question was going to be. So thank you.
right, yes. I think at the time I was listening to a lot of bands like Tool.
hmm
And I was also listening to lighter rock, but still rock. A lot of Oasis.
hmm
So bands like that, and then also a very influential band is John Butler Trio, who is Australian,
Hmm.
that my dad listened to, and then I started to listen to. Um, and then that's when I was like, okay, yeah, no, I feel this, I understand this, I can take guitar seriously. And then it became a decision. And
Sure.
for the longest time, I actually only played acoustic guitar.
Wow.
And then I would play acoustic guitar on stage live the way I would run it, and I could see people getting confused that it didn't sound like an acoustic guitar. So then I eventually made the transition to electric guitars, so that people didn't have to think about the music and they could just listen to it.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
And again, it just continued to evolve, and it's one of those things. It's like anything. If you play every day you're playing, someone isn't,
Mhm.
and my taste just kind of slowly changed. And right now I listen to a lot of heavier modern metal
Okay.
bands like Bad Omens, Bring Me the Horizon,
Mhm.
Magnolia Park. But I also, like, I was talking about us being sponges earlier.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, really, when I think of my favorite albums, the ones that I was exposed to, like immediately Ambrosia's first album
Mhm.
is Ambrosia's self-titled album. That's one of my favorites because they're one of my favorite bands.
Mhm.
Genesis is Genesis,
Oh
one of
wow.
my one of my favorite albums ever.
Okay.
A lot of the prog rock stuff. Yes,
Mhm.
Fragile by
Mhm.
Yes, of
Mhm.
course. So, you know, again, trying to be a sponge, trying to pull from a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
And as
that's,
a band, who do you guys get compared to?
Um, Definitely. Well, I get compared to Lizzie Hale a lot.
right,
Some
From our
hard,
area as well.
yeah.
right.
Um,
Paramore, not, well, for more you.
yeah. I think people, see woman think woman fronted band,
Right. Of
obviously.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, like
Yeah,
Heart,
Hmm.
maybe some Joan Jett, maybe some Paramore.
yeah.
Do,
You know,
that's what you
Okay.
hear, but is that what you would consider yourself similar to? I would.
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Well, let's put it this way,
It's
Hannah.
it's
Who,
kind
who,
of
who,
tough. You know what? I get it. It's tough to like. Yeah.
but
I'm just like
like,
Hart, or what?
Very
yeah.
nice.
yeah, like I.
I mean,
That's a great
Ann
question,
Wilson.
though.
Ann Wilson wishes she had the register I have.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
No, 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 no.
And it's a good question because recently I haven't thought of that. I've never really thought of that,
Hmm.
but recently most people don't. They don't compare us to anything anymore.
Which is
They might
good,
have,
right? That's good.
Yeah.
yeah. In the past, they definitely might have, but I think now, however we did it, we've come about our own sound, and I
Yep.
Hmm.
think it's so polished at this point that people accept it
Yeah.
and
They
they
don't
don't
like
compare.
need, yeah, they don't like need to. Let me relate that to something else. It's
Yeah.
just kind
Right.
of its own
Well,
Mhm.
thing.
Hannah, the question I asked Jet, let's go right back and ask that to you. When did you kind of start into the music realm here, and who were some of your influences?
Ooh, well, I am a secret, not so secret, big musical theater nerd.
Okay.
So,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, so I grew up like basically pre-K through middle school, end of middle school. I was in a very small private school, so I was always in church choir.
hmm
Um, and then we did like little, productions of
Sure.
shows at
Yeah.
our church. So I was always in those. And sort of at the end of middle school, I was competing kind of regionally in some of the like musical theater singing competitions, and I thought, ooh, that's really cool. I have got to do that somehow. And then so it kind of started, I think, there for me, like
Hmm.
the more like, ooh, maybe I could like be a performer seriously.
hmm
Because my mom, bless her, she tried so hard to introduce me to cool music younger than that, but we never want to listen to our, well, you listen to your parents because you're a good boy, but I was just so,
Certified good boy.
I was just so
Right.
not like, "Ugh, I don't want to listen to the same thing that my mom is listening to."
Mhm.
So, you know, later on in life, of course, you come full circle and find out, oh, we have the same music taste because you're a cool person.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, so musical theater kind of started it for me, and my mom was sort of influential in that as well because she likes Broadway too.
Okay.
And then from there, when I got into high school, I was listening to a lot of like very nerdy, weird YouTube music because that was sort of right when uploading videos of yourself singing on YouTube was starting.
Hmm.
And like bands that were based entirely on Doctor Who and
Mm.
Harry Potter and like, you know, the, oh, what are you doing?
I'm just
He's changing the ambiance.
I'm
There
just
we go.
helping out.
He's like, I
Um,
have a good idea.
oh,
I don't. The sun's going down, and we're gonna disappear in the shade.
it's gonna get real mood lighting in here in a
There we
second.
go.
So mood you can't see us. So yeah, like very very indie niche YouTube music, and then I met these guys and was introduced to kind of the same progressive rock, Genesis, yes, CSN, which is not prog rock, but
Yeah.
So,
I
like,
don't know.
up to that point, you hadn't really listened to too much popular music at all? Like,
No,
that's
avoided it like the plague.
crazy.
Avoided it like the plague because
Wow.
we really didn't. Anytime my mom would try to put the radio on at home, I would say turn that off. Anytime we were in the car and she'd
Yeah.
try, no, turn that off.
Yeah.
I wasn't plugged into
Oh my gosh, I
it at all.
wish I could put myself in your shoes.
Mm.
The first time you hear some of this music and you're like, what is
Right?
this?
What? Well, and I think I loved the prog rock so much because it is so theatrical. It's so huge. There's so many movements. It's so complicated. It reminded me enough of the Broadway scene, the vibe
I
of
feel
Yeah.
that.
like you'd be into somebody like Pink Floyd, am I right?
Sort of.
Okay, see, that surprises me because they are very theatrical with their music and stuff, and that, I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
basically you put one of their albums on,
Mhm.
it's a show from beginning to end.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
actually,
definitely more of a like yes, Jethro Tull,
Mhm.
yeah.
Genesis, that kind of a thing. Like seeing Ian Anderson dance around like a fairy with
Yeah,
a flute.
yeah, for sure.
It's
Yeah.
my idea of a good time. So
Now that you mentioned like musical and theatrical, you actually, because my wife is the same way. She likes that type of music as well, and she was she's a huge fan of Phantom of the Opera, the movie, and
yeah, yeah.
and the lead singer or the singer in that, I guess, also starred in Shameless. Believe it or not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you kind of have that, you kind of have that vibe going for you as far as the looks go,
Oh.
so you kind of have that look to me, and I can see where I can, and then obviously, I'm sure you can belt out a couple, theatrical tunes to go with it if you wanted to.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it seems to happen more with women than men, I think, but when the women have a theatrical and performing background and then the voice on top of it, I feel like they can transition into music better than some of the men can. I think they kind of have to stay with a lot of the show tune. They can't really sing too much else. They kind of got to stay with the show tunes and that
Sure.
kind of thing. But the first person that comes to mind, who I'm a huge fan of, is Floor Jansen from Nightwish. Have you ever heard her?
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh, she's amazing.
Yeah.
They're a Swedish band, and you need to look them up. She has, I think she was a trained opera singer, and now they play this amazing rock music and stuff like that. And she's just amazing. Her voice, she's in my Mount Rushmore of female singers for sure. Yeah. So I highly suggest you check her out, and I can, send you guys a link to that too as well. But I was kind of hoping that you knew who she was because that was going to kind of lead to my next question here. But I guess I can still ask it anyway. How much do you feel like the performing and stuff like that helps you now when you're on stage and you're trying to keep people involved and get them singing and dancing and carrying on and stuff? Do you feel any of that theatrical stuff kind of helped you do all that?
I do because I feel like I've been on stage for such a long time. It's not a scary thing. It's never really been a scary thing though.
Yeah.
The only time I will say recently, we got invited out, and I sang the national anthem at a speedway, and it was the first time since probably middle school that I had been on a stage alone,
Mm.
and that was very exposing. Because I'm so used to having this lovely, safety net of people around me. Um, but no, I think that it helps tremendously, even just in the way that I behave on stage, because people always say like, oh, that's your alter ego. And yeah, it is sort of like a character. It's still me,
Mm.
but it's
Yeah.
like it's a character that I can step into and perform and sort of remove myself enough from that it
Mhm.
translates well with an audience, I think. I don't know.
No, I agree, and what you're saying there, kind of like, to this day, I don't watch it as much as I used to, but I still watch professional wrestling, and they always say the best characters in professional wrestling are the guys that are themselves, but just turned all the way up. And
Yeah.
and I
Mhm.
feel like that's probably kind of what you're explaining there when you're on stage. Like it's you, but it's definitely a louder version of you, right? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah, and
For
I think people relate to that. It makes you relatable because you're humanized. You feel, that you
Mhm.
feel like it can connect to you because I know who that person is. But yeah, they're just a little bit more boisterous and outgoing and having fun and whatever it is, and that kind of gets you feeling good about yourself as well too. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
Jet's body
definitely.
language also gives me the same vibe too, man. Like you can just tell, like, yeah, he's just a natural performer, and he just likes to entertain, and I think that's I don't know. I always think of this too, with you folks being together for 14 years, and Hannah, kind of being front and center, and you guys still being around. I mean, doesn't seem like there's any jealousy to go with everything that's going on around you guys. You guys seem to like accept each other's roles and and just kind of go along with it. And I think that's admirable, to see that, because how many bands break up
yep,
because the lead singer kind of gets
lead singer
a little
disease
bit.
is a real thing.
Yeah, exactly. Gets that ego thing going on where they think that they're better than everybody around them, and then all of a sudden the band breaks up. And how do you guys kind of keep that under control?
Yeah, there's really, as so far as this band goes, there's really no ego. I mean, it from the beginning, it was always a really complementary group of personalities. Now, there's a lot of headstrong. There's a lot of like alpha malitude and femalitude attitude where we're very passionate, and when you hear something, we're good at like, no, you don't. Even if you don't hear it, I hear it. We need to
Mhm.
try this. And again, the cool thing is there's never been ego. No, nobody was ever like, well, then I'm not gonna play guitar. Like, then you find another guitar player, or well, then you play the drums on this track. There was never that. We were always a team.
Yeah.
Uh, Again, but we're all very passionate too, and there's a lot of mutual. There has to be a lot of mutual respect.
Mhm.
There have
Without
been
a doubt.
songs that I go, I don't get it. I don't see it. I don't like. I mean, I don't like it, but that doesn't mean anything.
Hmm.
And then I look at Hannah, I look at Ray, and I go, but do you believe in it? And they're like, yes, we believe in it. We have a vision. There's something here. And I
Mm.
go, okay, that's enough for me. I mean,
Okay.
it's not my way or the highway. It's not Hannah's way or the highway. It's not anybody's single way. Um, you know, and that comes back to being a team. You got to always be willing to try someone's idea. At least try it. At least hear it. At least experience it. Live with it. Because
Mhm.
then, if it doesn't work, then we know we actually gave it a legitimate chance, and we
Sure, of
go,
course.
Yeah.
okay. And then we go, well, you know what? Maybe that's not a great idea, or maybe it turns into something new. But I think it's always come down to just everybody with the mutual respect. No, there's never been egos, and again, you have to do everything, everybody wears a ton of different hats.
Mhm.
Everybody has a lot of different responsibilities, so
Hmm.
that also makes everybody so well rounded.
I don't think that any of us want to do the other's job. So,
Okay.
Everybody's
That's funny you
you
say that
know,
because that was going to lead to my next question. Like, like, do you pretty much write all your own lyrics, Hannah, or do the other guys kind of dabble in and help with that?
yeah, no, it's the lyrics now are pretty much all me.
Mhm.
Um,
There were only a few occasions when Hannah won't let us help. You won't let us help.
Well,
And then only rarely.
Well, I was gonna say, because a lot of musicians, like, if they don't feel the lyrics that they're singing, like, they can't really portray how it feels to sing it if they didn't write it and where it's coming from, something in their heart or their mind, or whatever they kind of went through. So
Sure.
yeah.
I understand that, and I don't think that's being selfish or a bad teammate. I think, hey, this is going to be for the better of the band if it's something that's coming from my heart.
Yeah. It's let's break it all the way down and get really deep. I find
Okay.
it sometimes very difficult to communicate like how I'm feeling, and that music is one of the few ways that I can do that.
Mhm.
So it's the thing that makes it a very personal experience for me. And it is hard. I definitely prefer to be able to write. Not that I'm not ever receptive to anything that you bring to the table, but I it's I don't know, it's like one of my favorite things to do. And it
Sure.
is harder for me to identify with lyrics that other people have written sometimes. And then I think that can translate across to an audience as being less genuine. So it's just all part of that, I guess.
Okay. So with that being said, do you ever do any of cover stuff when it comes to performing live?
Yeah, definitely. We will do, covers of songs that we really like, songs that we identify with. Um, but at this point now, and we've done, a million shows in bars playing covers, but also we've always done a pretty good job of throwing our originals in there. And now it's
Okay.
mostly originals with just a few covers that we really like thrown in.
Nice.
Do you guys remember the first song you performed together? Was it a cover, or was it something you guys wrote originally? Was it that class
No,
when you guys did that?
it was well, even as a band, even when we played together, the first song we ever did
Like in front of people.
in front of people, I mean, that was I think that was an original.
I think it was Providence.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Wow.
is the title track of the first album.
Yeah.
There you go.
We made a whole album before we ever played live.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Which never happens, We had the
Yeah.
opportunity. We had the opportunity to write and record and produce and do all that and rehearse and rehearse and rehearse. And then, so when we went out to play, we played probably every song on that album.
Yeah.
And we also did learn covers. I would say the first cover we probably played was Edie Brickell's "What I Am."
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Good song.
Yeah, and like Hannah was saying, we've always picked songs that spoke to us, that also spoke to others. And we didn't want to play the same songs that everyone else was playing.
Yeah.
We wanted to pick stuff that's familiar, that's very cool, that people hadn't heard in a while, and we always put our own spin on it. Because that's going to happen when you perform regardless, because we're not those people on that record.
Right.
And also, people want to see an interesting take. They want to see the people in front of them perform their version.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because if they wanted to listen to that version, they would just stay home and they just listen to the CD. I mean, they just stream.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, you're 100% right. Shoot, I lost my track of thought here.
My gosh, Troy, you're losing
No.
it today.
It was something about. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I was listening to his story there, and I lost the next thing I was going to say.
Well, you guys are in Orlando area. What was that?
I said, "Oh, it's my fault. I'm sorry."
Yeah, it was your fault.
Yeah, it's Jet's fault. But you guys are from the Orlando area, and do you guys ever play at? When I was down there, I got to watch one of the folks that we interviewed, Diamond Dixie. They played at Old Red down there in Orlando, and what a cool stage to play on. I didn't know if you guys got the chance or the opportunity to play there.
Not yet. Very cool stage though.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Definitely, and just it seems like a very good venue to get in there, and I can see you guys really rocking that place out without a doubt.
Yeah.
So,
I know what I was gonna say. You were talking about you recorded all your stuff first before you guys did any live performances and stuff like that. Where did that all take place? Did you guys rent a recording studio or just kind of soundproofed somebody's basement the best you could, or how did that work?
No, Ray has had a studio for ages and ages. So
Wow.
He has since moved. Ray is our drummer. He has since moved up to North Carolina and built a beautiful new studio up there. But for a number of years down here in Florida, he had a studio, and it kind of doubled as a rehearsal space. So we recorded everything. I think we recorded the first 4 albums there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 5.
It was 5. We did it same.
But 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah.
So we did the first 4 records there.
Wow.
Nice.
And then we started. We went to Muscle Shoals. We went to Fame
For the 5th one.
Yeah.
And then Plush in Orlando for the 6th.
Yeah. And then we also recorded at Full Sail.
Yeah, like here and there.
Oh,
and
cool.
then
Howie knows a little bit about Full Sail.
Yeah, that's where my son went to school. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, we were able to, because they would bring bands in and record them. So we were in both Studio A and Studio B, the one with the Neve, and then the one with the I can't remember the other one, the digital. I think it was the API.
Yeah, and they really have state-of-the-art stuff there too. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
Well, if you ever need a videographer and somebody to do a video for you guys, you just let me know, and I'll hook you up with them down there.
Oh, sweet. Awesome.
So, but yeah. That's
okay.
awesome.
Once again, we're joined by Hannah and Jet from the band Greye, Greye. You can find them at greymusic.com. You can find them on all the socials at Greye Music. Again, Greye. Look them up. We have 2 new singles coming out again, Friday, May 22nd. Help me out with the names there, guys.
Love the Bomb and Stranded.
Nice.
Perfect. Go to the socials, find the pre-saves, get them pre-saved to whatever streaming platform you use for your music, and they'll be there. What are they released midnight Friday?
I think it like 8 a.m. Friday or something like that.
Okay, perfect. So can't wait to hear those songs. And on behalf of the rest of your bandmates, I want to thank you guys for joining the show and coming to talk to us for a little bit. Howie, I don't really have anything else at this point. If you want to close us out.
I would say seriously, check them out. Watch some of their videos online and really pay. I mean, they put on a really cool show. I mean, if you're into the rock genre and you want to see some good performances, they do not disappoint. So
and that will be there. And we do have Saturday, June 20th at the West Virginia Coal Festival opening for Colt Ford. I guess I'll give you a couple other dates that are here listed as well. Wednesday, August 19th in Pauling, New York at Daryl's house. And then the other one that you have listed here is Saturday, October 3rd at the Back 40 Bandstand. That sounds pretty cool. And that's in Twin City, Georgia. And I see that you have a link here for tickets on the Greye Live at Daryl's house. No ticket link for the other ones. Can they get them somewhere, or how would they find those tickets?
I believe that the Coal Festival, you have to purchase entry to the festival itself. I think.
Okay.
I think
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, and then at Back 40, it's just like a door fee. You basically drive up and you just pay the fee to get in.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Cool. So look, if you happen to be in those areas and you don't have anything going on those days, go check them out. And again, check out the singles. We're getting released Friday, May 22nd. Make sure they're pre-saved on their socials. And again, thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you both for having us. It was a blast.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'll tell you what, before you guys leave, while we're recording, would you mind giving us a little bit of a, I don't know what you call it, but
Bumper.
A bumper. Thank you. And it's Stay Tuned with Troy and Howie.
Sure.
Whenever you're ready, go for it.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
I'm keeping that in.
Oh, perfect. Please do. Hey, this is Hannah Summer.
Hey, I'm Jet Wolf.
And you are listening to Stay Tuned with Troy and Howie.
Awesome. Good job. And just hang tight here. We'll make sure that everything downloads and go from there. Thanks for the audience out there who were paying attention and watching us as well.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for doing that. We like to use them at the beginning of the shows. You got a few songs from them, Howie, right?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think
we used some on our last week's show. Right?
Yes.
Didn't we?
We did our last
Yeah.
week